Hi there, or moin as we say here where I live. Welcome to Analog Tidbits. I'm your host Steph, and we want to serve you tasty bits all around film photography, darkroom work, cameras, film and more. If you are new to the channel, consider subscribing so you get notified we bring out something new. But even more important, tell all your analog friends about the channel. This is made for you and to make the analog community even more vibrant and entertaining. So, without further ado, let's dig into today's episode. Today we've got one of the great iconic cameras for you, the Nikon F2. When the F2 was introduced in 1971 as an evolution of the original Nikon F, it offered a lot of features that users had missed on the F. But at the same time, it also offered the same amount of accessories that made the F a truly professional camera system. Interchangeable viewfinders, focus screens, film backs for up to 250 exposures, a broad choice of lenses, and not least, a fully detachable motor drive for continuous shooting. The door now had a hinge, the shutter was ramped up to a blistering fast 1/2000th of a second, and the ergonomics also were improved for better handling. The Nikon F2 was the last fully mechanical professional SLR, and the battery was only needed if the optional metered prism, the bulky but functional photomic head, was used. For convenience, the photomic offered 2 meter readouts, one at the top of the prism housing and one inside the viewfinder. Though it's a quite strange construction to place a battery in the body while the meter stayed in the prism, it allowed the camera to switch off the power consumption by simply putting the advance lever in its rest position. The coupling of the meter was achieved mechanical. The shutter speed dial was extended by one attached to the meter and combined with an ISO ring to compensate for film speed. The aperture ring of the lens was coupled using an arm and the famous Nikon rabbit ears. As the F2 uses the same F-mount bayonet as the original F, a wide choice of first-class lenses were available right from the start. Many photographers of the time stated Nikon glass lineup one of the finest offers on the market, and some of the lenses are sought-after classics until today. The newly designed shutter release button, still without a cable release thread, now offers a collar that not only could lock the button mechanically, but also provides a setting for timed exposures. These can be precisely controlled utilizing the built-in escapement for the self-timer. Exposure times between 2 and 10 seconds were conveniently accessible this way. One of the major complaints with the original F was its mirror lockup that produced a blank frame when used. The F2 now could flip the mirror up and down without interfering with film advance and shutter. To activate the long exposure times, the collar on the shutter button had to be placed in the T position, and the lever of the self-timer or delayed action had to be set to the desired time. If now the shutter release is pressed, the shutter opens instantaneously and stays open until the delayed action runs off. For safety reasons, Nikon kept the rotating film door lock on the bottom of the camera. This made it impossible to open the film door by accident. Although built in the early 1970s, the Nikon F2 uses 1.5 volt LR44 batteries as a power supply. Finally, the rewind release now also found its way to the bottom of the camera, exactly to where one would expect it to be. The bright 100% viewfinder with its typical circle showing the metered area offers the full set of information. F-stop and exposure time are displayed beside the meter when using the photomic head. So it's time to see how the Nikon F2 performs today and what level of tastiness it can achieve. As a professional camera, it offers not a lot of surprises and performs well as expected. As a heart of a versatile setup, it can cover all the duties one could think of. It's reliable, repairable, a bit heavy and has its quirks. But all in all, it's still a hell of a camera. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked the video. If so, comment, like, subscribe and tell all your friends. And as always, stay tasty, shoot film, and see you in the next video.